Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Chanel, the owner of 3 Balls Handmade Soaps and More. And in today's video, I'm going to be making this hot processed lime and coconut milk soap. Alright y'all, so as always, I like to show you everything that I am working with. And I have my measuring spoons as well as my spatula, my stick blender, some gloves. We also have 5 limes that I used. I used all 5. My thermometer, scale, protective eyewear, my juicer, my soap mold, as well as my crock pot. And I am doing an infusion. This right here was some spinach powder that I infused a few months back. I think back in like May. So I do have that, as well as some my coconut milk powder. Couldn't think for a second. And my bowls. So I'm going to clean off my table and then we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, so first, the original plan was to add a little bit of lime zest to my soap. However, I forgot to add that in after the cook. So yeah, I had to do away with that. Now right here, I am just juicing my limes, and this did give me about, I think it was like a little over 7 ounces of lime juice. Now for this soap, I did replace 50% of my liquid with the lime juice. And once I was done juicing my limes, I just popped them in the fridge. You can put yours in the freezer if you prefer to do that. However, I just stuck my juice in the fridge so that way it could get cold. Alright, so next I started weighing out my ingredients, and for this soap I kept it very simple. And for the infusion, again, this was my spinach powder infusion. I had this infused in olive oil, and I did replace 100% of my olive oil with my infusion. Now right here, I am just mashing up my coconut oil and shea butter so that way it will melt a lot faster. And at this very moment, I do have my crock pot on high. Alright, so now I am just weighing out my lime juice, the liquid portion of my soap, and I did have a little pulp in there. However, I did strain that later on. Alright, so once I had all of my ingredients weighed out, it was then time for me to combine my sodium hydroxide to my liquid. Now you always want to make sure that when you are working with sodium hydroxide, you are taking the necessary precautions to protect yourself. Now right here, I just slowly added in my sodium hydroxide to my lime juice, and here in a sec, you will see it start to change colors. Alright, so now I am just getting ready to combine my water lye, well, my liquid, my lime juice, water, and lye solution to my oils and butters. And right here, I did strain that because it was some pulp from the lime juice. And once everything was combined, I then just stick blended this until I reached trace, and y'all check out this color. Alright, so once I reached my desired trace, I just scraped off my stick blender and put the lid on. All right, and y'all, right here, this was about 5 minutes in, and this soap volcanoed so quick. And if I'm not mistaken, I need to go back and pin that other comment from my previous hot process video. I did ask a question about what causes the soap to volcano, and someone did comment, and she said, if I can remember, she said usually when your soap mixture batch soap batter gets up to like over 200 or 212, something like that, then that will cause it to volcano. However, that does not affect the quality of the soap, so it'll still turn out fine. Alright, so after I was done stirring up my soap, I then kind of cleaned off the rim a little bit and placed the lid right back on. Alright, so here we are about 15 minutes later, and it wasn't as fluffy as before. It was still fluffy, but not as fluffy as before. And it did kind of have like that mashed potato like texture or look to it. So I just gave it a stir and then placed the lid right back on. So here I am about 30 minutes in, and as you can see, it has that translucent appearance to it. So I just stirred it up, and then it was time for me to test my soap. So to test my soap, all I did was take a little bit of distilled water and just rub it on the top of the soap, and then I used my pH test strip and just placed that right on top of the spot that was wet. And from the looks of it, we are at a 10. At one point I thought it was a 9, but then once I actually put it over there where the 9 was, I was like, no, this is definitely a 10. So right here I'm just adding in my coconut milk, and for this soap I did use lime essential oil. So that was coconut milk powder, I'm sorry. So that was coconut milk powder, and I did one tablespoon per pound of soap. So, and then I went in with my lime essential oil. And y'all let me know what you think of the color. I think it's given like a lime greenish type color. But y'all let me know down below in the comments. And I think the only reason why I'm kind of somewhat getting this color is because my shea butter that I used was so yellow. So, but y'all let me know, like I said, down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the color. Now right here, I just continued to stir up my soap until I had the milk powder as well as the essential oil all blended up. Now by this time, my soap had started to accelerate on me pretty quickly. So I was somewhat panicking, but not really. And all I did was just scooped it out into the mold, and every so often, once I cover, once I do a layer, then I'll tap it on the table and then put another layer of soap in my soap mold and just continue to repeat the process. And that right there was just a little bit of the powdered milk that didn't get dissolved. So y'all, when adding powdered milk to hot process soap, well, first of all, so when adding powdered milk to hot process soap, like, did I do that correct? Was I supposed to do something else with the powdered milk? Because I noticed that I had like a few of those little like pieces of milk that didn't get dissolved into my soap. So y'all let me know down below if I was supposed to do that differently. And y'all, look at the top of this soap. I don't know, for some reason I love the way that this top look. The top that I did on my lemon and turmeric soap looked the exact same way. So I kind of low-key like this look. Now here I am the next day, and it wasn't quite time for me to unmold this soap. However, I did it anyway. I could have let that sit just a little bit longer, but again, I just went ahead and unmolded the soap because I was just ready to take it out and ready to cut it, to be honest with you. And it just smelled so good. So All right, and here it is out of the mold. Y'all, I absolutely love how rugged like the hot process soaps look. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, I just love the way that they look. Like, it's hard to explain it. But so here I am getting ready to cut this soap up, and I'm very, very pleased with the way that the color came out. Y'all, just look at this color, y'all. Just look at that color. I love the way that it looks. I love the way that the color came out. I love the top of this soap. I love everything about this soap. I think hot process soaps are so cool. Like, they're very cool. This was like my 3rd time, I think, making a hot process soap. So I'm definitely like really enjoying making these hot process soaps. And if you guys are enjoying this video thus far, please consider leaving us a thumbs up. It definitely helps out our channel. And if you have not done so already, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Alright, so once I was done cutting my soaps, it was then time for me to stamp them, and I will have the link to my stamp listed in the description for anyone that may be interested. No, I am not sponsored. However, I don't mind sharing where I purchased my stamp from. And here is our lime and coconut milk soap. Y'all, look at that color. So that's all I have for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving us a thumbs up. And if you have not done so, please consider subscribing to our channel. And to all of our subscribers out there, we thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate all the love and support. And until next time, I will see you guys later.